Okay, everybody knows. Well, most of everybody knows I'm a somewhat of a theorist, and this is my theory that thugging starts at home. Basically, when you have young men who, and when I say thugging starts at home, I mean that like they say charity starts at home, respect starts at home, kindness starts at home. Everything starts at home, and basically what you see at your house is what you portray to the public when you step out your front door and it's lights, camera, action. The thugging is the same thing when you have hoodlums and thugs and these young kids, like 2 and 3 years old, wanting to be thugs. They think they want to be gangsters and thugs, and they want to sag and do all of that, thinking it's hot, and it's really not. When you have a 2 year old, in like in jeans, and he's sagging so everybody can see his pamper or his diaper, that's not. So here we go. When you have Okay, so we're gonna go back in history, back in time. Let's go back to let's go take it back all the way back to the 90s when hip hop, well, not even really, well, when hip hop became gangster. Okay, hold on. Let's take it back to the 90s when hip hop became gangster. Okay, so you had people sagging their pants and stuff like that. Young boys back in the 90s, around the time Lean on Me was out. That was when you had an elevation in teen pregnancy. Okay, well, when you have these young fathers who sag their pants and they thugging hoodlums and dealing drugs, they bringing babies into the world. Okay, well, this young man who's a thug selling drugs and a hoodlum also, he might not have had his dad in his life, but he says he's going to be in his son's life. But he also has a twisted, warped way of thinking on how he feels like his son should be. Okay, so here we go. Your son grows up and he says, I want to be like my daddy. I want to be like my daddy. I want to be like my daddy. Well, you see your dad sagging and you see your dad thugging and doing all of that. Then the little boy going to do the same thing. He grows up. And the teen pregnancy thing, having babies at early age, that's a cycle. That's a cycle. It's a never ending, it's a cycle. Like, if your mama did it, you might do it too. It's like if you was raised by a smoker, you might become a smoker. If you was raised by a drinker, you might become a drinker. So, with that being said, the little boy grows up and he does the same thing. Although he sells drugs now. He's a gangster. He's a thug. He got his pants sagging. Okay, so he grew. Okay, he was born in the He was born in the 80s. He grows up in. No, he was born in the 90s. He grows up in my generation, my time era. Now here we are at present day, and you have people in my era having babies, and they around here thugging and doing all of that. They children see that. Okay, your child is, if you are projecting an image to your child, particularly males with males, because your son is always most of the time a son is going to want to be like his daddy. So you're projecting an image to him that makes him think that it's okay to be this way. Pretty soon, pretty soon you're gonna have a 3 and 4 year old going to pre-K with his pants sagging and his diapers are beginner, or his beginner's boxers showing to the whole class, thinking that that's tight. That's what my daddy does. That's cool. It's not cool. Wake up, young people. Wake up. Okay. Same thing with girls. You once you become a mother, once you become a parent, everything should change. You can't wear the same stuff you wore in high school. When you become a teen mother, you become an example. So if you want to wear hoe skirts and coochie cutter shorts and revealing tank tops and show your baby that that's what, you projecting that image, that child's going to grow up thinking that this is the standard of beauty that I was showed, and this is the standard of beauty that I need to look up to. So that little girl automatically thinks that they should become like their mother, because that's the image that their mother is projecting to them. Unless their little girl grows up and sees that what their mother doing might be somewhat wrong, then she might go the other way and become a conservative young female. This is just my view. This is just how I see things. This is just how I feel. So, with that, I digress, and I'm done.